there, Shawna Karrasch here with another Ask Shawna answer. And this is another one it came from an Ask Shawna question about mounting. And it was mounting, look, no hands. And she has a question about mounting. So it's a YouTube question. And this one comes from Alyssa, and she says, I just got my first horse from a rescue about a month ago. Good for you. And good for him, let's just say that. He is terrible when it comes to mounting on his left side. He's 7 years old and still has the mind of a 3-year-old stallion. So therefore, he is very curious. When I try mounting from a block on his left side, he will either turn his butt out away from me, move forward, or move backwards. But when mounting on the right side, he stands perfectly still. So my question is, how can I get my gelding not to swing his butt out when mounting from the left? He is very familiar with clicker training and loves playing with and touching the target. Okay, so there's a number of things you can do here. One, you can utilize, build in a positive reinforcement history with mounting from the right side so that he starts thinking this mounting process, standing still by the mounting block, or wherever you're getting on, by the mounting block is really, I get reinforced for this. So he might generalize and take that. So build it up with a strong positive reinforcement history. He may generalize and take it to the other side. That's one thing that you can be trying. Okay, there's a couple ways that we can do this. You can, use a target. So have another person there and having them hold on the target, asking him to hold on the target while you get on. And what doesn't even need to be doesn't even have to be the whole mounting process, but just as you put your foot in the stirrup, if he's good, you click and reinforce. No, actually at first I would suggest the person with the target click and reinforce. So you're not getting him to turn around and putting too much attention on you and him being curious about you in that first part, but instead he starts paying attention to that person ahead of you and starts ignoring you, kind of. You know, so he just stands still while you get on. He's just like, I'm just about the targeting. As he gets that worked out and he's pretty predictable with that, then I would start having you be the one who reinforces him, but only once you're on. I mean, you can reinforce him along the way, but I mean, you can reinforce him at the smaller pieces. But I think first, if you get on, you can then keep him straight and still. So then you have a chance to reinforce him. So you're keeping it the same. But if you start to click and reinforce when you have the foot in the stirrup, he may turn his head to you and his butt away from you. So at first I would have the other person feeding and have that process be where he's just ignoring you until you're on, because then you can keep him still. You can use your aids to say, let's just stay put. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is teach him to respond to a butt target. So you can teach him to, when you tap his rear end, that he comes over and touches it. So at first it's just going to be the slightest little over or even settle into it. You can click and reinforce that, pretty soon he'll be seeking your hand. So then you can teach him, so you can get him to bring his butt over towards you. So that's another way that you could do it. Another thing that you could do is, even if you put the, so let's say you can't do 2 people and it's just you and you didn't do the butt target thing. Another thing you could do is, if you have a portable mounting block, take it to a place where, or put something on the outside of the mounting block, so you're kind of limiting them swinging the butt around. It can still move forward or backwards, but you could put the mounting block where there's a fence on the other side. You don't want it so close that they can't go anywhere, but just one that kind of makes them think, it's not as easy to swing my butt around. So if he feels nervous about that at all, don't move forward. But if he feels kind of confident, you just feel like it's just a just not paying attention thing, and if he seems to be comfortable with that, that's another thing you could do. What you're just doing is minimizing his options. He can still go forward and back, and you want to, like I said, be sure it's not a fear-driven thing, but you're at least making it more difficult to swing his butt from you. It makes it easier for him to do the right thing. You're helping to set him up for success. So you can utilize those things to help you get it right. You can also just break it down to the little tiny steps where you just, you put your foot in or you put your hand on the stirrup, or even just line him up to the mounting block with no saddle at first. Have him come up and just stand there, then just stand next to him. So ask him to come up and hold on the target. You climb up. As he stands there, click and reinforce. And you might need a longer target or extendable target so you can keep his head out where you want it to be. And if you have a longer target, one of the things you can do, you can control the shoulder and the hips by where the head goes. So if you have a little bit longer target, put one on a longer dowel or get one on, you know, get an extendable target and whatever it might be. But if you're at the mounting block and he's right here, and you can have that target go over a little bit, he has a tendency to want to follow with his head, which will bring his butt and his neck towards you, whichever side you're on. So that's another thing you can play with. So these are things you can experiment with. I think there's a mounting video that I did a long time ago, and I think you can sign up for it on my website. If you go to my website, askshawna.com, I think there's a place, I have to be honest, I don't know how all the website stuff works because I don't go there and do this very often, but there is one that you can sign up for, and it is a mounting video. So you might kind of play around there and see if you can find that. But anyway, and that's just a free video. Anyway, so you can try those different things. Tinker with these different things and see what you can get to do. But you want to start desensitizing each little part of being on that side of him. Even just on the ground. Just get where you're at his barrel. When you're at his barrel and he's good, do this anywhere. Do it in a stall, do it in his field, do it wherever it is. Just go to his left side. That was his problem side, right? So go to his left side. Stand there. No saddle, no anything. When you got your hands on him, click and reinforce. When you reinforce, you go up to the head to feed him. Don't ask him to come to you, where he'll end up swinging his butt around. And then get it where you can kind of do more stuff back there, and he just holds still. When he's still holding good and still, click and reinforce and go up there. Pretty soon, put the saddle on to do that. Out of context, doesn't even need to be at the mounting block. You can put the saddle on to do that, and just kind of jiggle and mingle around. If he starts moving, just kind of keep going till he holds still again, like he knows how to do without the saddle. And then when he's good, click and reinforce him. And then have the activity. When he's good, click and reinforce him. So you can just build it up in a lot of different ways and a lot of tinkering through the different steps. And then as you get it where he's good with the saddle, where you can put the saddle on, you can go to the side and he just stands there. Then the next thing I would do is start, you know, kind of pulling on that stirrup a little bit. And if he's good with that, click and reinforce that. And then start taking it to the mounting block or a different area or wherever you want to get on. So just slowly approximate through each of those little steps along the way and breaking it down. Some places you're going to find he gets a little more stuck and gets a little more confused. And some places he'll probably be pretty good. And remember, whenever we shift the context, meaning whenever we take it from one place to another, we may lose criteria. So, as we say, okay, you've been great about this in your stall or your field, wherever it is. You've been great about this, right? I can go to your side, and you're great, and I can do all this stuff. Then I can put the saddle on. You're great. I can do all this stuff. I can do pull the stirrups on. Now we got the girth, everything going. I can jiggle the saddle. You're all great with that. And that's that area. When you take it to a new area, like the mounting block, you may lose all that. So, I mean, that's just, oftentimes we go through it very quickly, but I expect that we're going to have some slip in criteria. So as you go back, take steps back and go, hey, can I just go to your barrel? Good. Click reinforce. Okay, now can we put the saddle on? Good. Click reinforce. Okay, now can we do, so go through the same steps you took to get there in the other area, but just remind him of there. So you're taking the steps back to remind him of the steps you took to get there. And just, you know, kind of be patient. You'll get it sorted out. So that's a lot of ideas. And it is a lot of tinkering and muddling through there to figure out what works for him. But I know you'll get through it. There's many horses I've got to be the best mounters. Or you could see in that video, I just run off without even touching the reins. And they come line up for the mounting block. You can get that too. So I know you'll get there. It's just a matter of picking out the pieces. So if you have questions as you're moving along, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me at askshawna.com or to shawnakarrasch.com. And again, congratulations on getting your horse, and thank you for going to a rescue and saving somebody's life. Anyway, until next time, enjoy getting your horse on target. Bye.